I just am back from Baghdad a week ago, less than a week ago, and the change in just the last few years is so dramatic. And now the lightning attack and advance of ISIS, the disappearance of the border between Syria and Iraq, 200 more troops were authorized by the president, and the notification went to Congress about an hour ago to secure the Baghdad airport. Do you think that, first of all, the larger question of Syria, if we had done more to arm the rebels sooner, as you advocated and others, including Secretary Clinton when she was in office, do you think that ISIS would have metastasized as it has, now threatening Iraq and indeed Jordan and potentially Lebanon and the rest of the region?
Well, the short answer is you can't tell, but I want to say something about the decisions in relation to these issues, because I went through them post 9/11, through Afghanistan and Iraq and those decisions that were taken then. And I speak, therefore, with a huge amount of humility when it comes to the leadership that is in place today, because they are also dealing with an incredibly difficult situation where we wanted to see Assad removed from Syria, but then Iran brought Hezbollah in from Lebanon, then the thing went into stalemate, then the extremists started to gain ground and gain traction. And then finally ISIS rebuilt itself, rearmed itself, refinanced itself, and then came over the border into Iraq. I think you can debate forever whether it might have been better if we established no-fly zones or armed the rebels at an earlier stage. But let's be clear, none of those decisions are easy, and none of them would necessarily result in what we wanted. And the thing I want to say to you today is that in my view, whether it's in Iraq or Syria or across the whole of the Middle East and beyond, we should understand three things. The first is that these problems are complex and will take a generation to sort out. They predate the presidency of President Bush, they will postdate the presidency of President Obama, and they're going to be with us for many years to come. Secondly, my view is that the essential problem in the region and beyond is Islamist extremism. That is the reason why these groups have gained traction in Syria and Iraq, in Yemen, in Egypt, across the whole of the Middle East. And thirdly, we're not going to defeat them until we build an alliance of people, both in the region and outside, who believe in open-minded societies and proper rule-based economies connected to the modern world. And this is an essential fight, and I know people here, people back home, wish that it would go away and that we could stay out of it. But I honestly believe it is the single biggest security threat we face, and like it or not, we are going to have to stand up and fight for what we believe in.